Amad Diallo has explained the secret advice Ruud van Nistelrooy gave him as he scored a Manchester United brace in the Europa League against PAOK. Speaking to TNT Sports after the game, Amad was asked if he could walk through his decision-making ahead of his second goal. The winger revealed that his choice to tackle and win the ball off Baba came as a result of Van Nistelrooy's advice and training, who told him to make sure he was applying pressure on PAOK's players. "I think it's the work we did in the training," Amad explained. "We have to press the opponent team. And yeah, I do my job. I pressed him, and I took the ball. And I think it was good for me to shoot, and I scored." When asked about Van Nistelrooy's impact since joining United, Amad was full of praise for a man who has been very important at the club. "Since he's arrived in Manchester United, he's been important for everyone," the 22-year-old said. "He's very close to the players, and he's always here to help the players, to talk with the players, and he's very important for this team." Amad Diallo sends Ruben Amorim a message in Manchester United's Europa League win over PAOK. That year-long wait had formed one of the damning statistics that engulfed Erik ten Hag towards the end of his reign. After arguably United's worst-ever European campaign last season, certainly among those to feature a group stage, came a trio of draws. Ruud van Nistelrooy can at least succeeded where ten Hag had failed, chalking up a Europa League triumph at the first time of asking, even if his victims are winless in this competition. Amad Diallo struck twice and starred to defeat PAOK. It may prove a timely display of excellence, with a new manager to impress. It gave a belated kickstart to United's Europa League campaign. They rise to the dizzying heights of 15th, Ruben Amorim will trade a club second in the Champions League for one rather lower in the junior competition, but at least with the table looking a little less ignominious. Man United star Andre Onana gives emphatic response when asked about Ruud van Nistelrooy. Manchester United's interim manager Ruud van Nistelrooy still doesn't know whether he will stay on under Ruben Amorim, but Andre Onana's opinion is clear on the subject. Asked by TNT Sports if he wanted Van Nistelrooy to stay, United goalkeeper Andre Onana replied decisively, 100%. "He is a very good guy and a very good coach. He has so much experience and he has done amazing since he has been here. We've had him for a few days as a head coach and the players are happy, but it's not something we can decide. The club made a decision and we have to accept because they have the final decision." Ruud van Nistelrooy and Paul Scholes agree on disappointing Man United performer versus PAOK. Former United midfielder Paul Scholes praised Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte for their solid partnership which freed Fernandes up. But he was critical of Højlund's performance, feeling he did little to trouble the PAOK backline. "There was a little spell after Manchester United scored that PAOK looked a little dangerous, but it was well controlled for the most part," he said on TNT Sports. "I was a little disappointed in Rasmus Højlund. I think he will improve and get better once he is coached by a coach that believes in him. I'm not saying Ruud van Nistelrooy doesn't believe in him." Scholes was then joined by his former United teammate, and the club's current interim manager, to analyze the performance. The two discussed Fernandes' position in the number 10 space and how important it is for Højlund to develop a link-up with the United captain. Ruud van Nistelrooy is hopeful Amad Diallo will be fit for his final game in charge as interim Manchester United boss after the winger was forced off injured against PAOK. There was concern when Amad was forced off after 81 minutes, going down and clutching his foot as United's medical staff tended to him. Mason Mount came on to replace him, but in encouraging signs, Amad returned to the pitch bare-footed full-time, applauding the fans and conducting an on-pitch interview with TNT Sports. Amad will undergo further assessment before the visit of Leicester City on Sunday, but Van Nistelrooy is hopeful his young star will be ready to play again this weekend. "He had to come off, unfortunately," Van Nistelrooy said in his post-match press conference. "He's being assessed now and I hope he will be available for Sunday, but we have to wait and see." Man United fans all in agreement about Alejandro Garnacho after performance versus PAOK. Their position is fully clear now. Man United fans react to Garnacho's display versus PAOK. United fans on social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, were deeply underwhelmed by Garnacho's lack of output on the pitch on Thursday. Red Devils supporters insisted that Garnacho is much better as an impact sub, while other United fans called for Amad Diallo to start ahead of him. Amad and Rashford to start against Leicester. "Garnacho is much better as an impact sub," one fan said. Someone else added, "Amad really showed his quality. I'm happy for him. There's no chance in hell that Garnacho should ever be starting ahead of him. Ever." A third ex-user wrote, "Has to be Rashford and Amad starting on the wings, on Sunday. Garnacho needs a break and is a huge threat from the bench." Ruud van Nistelrooy provides major hint at Ruben Amorim tactical decision after Man United 2-0 PAOK. Ruud van Nistelrooy has provided a major hint at a potential Ruben Amorim tactical decision after Manchester United's win against PAOK. Incoming manager Ruben Amorim, set to take charge at Old Trafford next week, will no doubt recognize the significant task that awaits him with this squad. However, he also may be looking at specific players for certain roles in his new-look 3-4-3 system, and Amad seems perfect for the role behind the striker. Amorim plays two number 10s behind the center forward while the wingbacks provide the width. Ruud van Nistelrooy said after the game that Amad was playing in the number 10 positions alongside Bruno Fernandes, and it seems like a tactical decision that Amorim might look to deploy as well. "I think we created hardly anything in the first half. We didn't get going. It wasn't good enough with many technical mistakes," began Van Nistelrooy in his press conference. "In the second half we were a lot better and persisted with finding Casemiro and Ugarte in front of the defense, or Amad and Bruno in the number 10 position." Ruben Amorim makes it clear that he wants 28-year-old Manchester United star sold as he prepares for Old Trafford job, reports. Incoming Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim reportedly does not see Andre Onana as his first-choice goalkeeper. The Portuguese tactician is said to have decided that the 28-year-old has no future at the club and wants the Cameroon star sold. As per a report in El Nacional, Amorim prefers a goalkeeper who is solid with his shot-stopping and is not prone to mistakes at the back. Onana, however, has shown that is susceptible to errors in his short stay at Old Trafford so far. Amorim doesn't see the former Ajax man as the ideal goalkeeper for his system. El Nacional also report that Premier League, Serie A and La Liga sides are keeping tabs on the situation and could make a move if Onana becomes available.